Hi, welcome to the first session on Excel Layout Part 1. My name is Alan Arvindan and let's get started with the session objectives. So we're going to be discussing in this session about what is Excel, what is a workbook, how is it different from a worksheet, what is a formula bar in an Excel sheet, and finally looking at a concept of cell referencing. So let's just get started. So this is what you see in the screen is a basic Excel worksheet. All right, and if you just pay attention a little bit, uh, it's basically a two-dimensional worksheet. All right, so basically any spreadsheet in the world, whether it's developed by Microsoft, whether it's Google Sheet, works on a fundamental principle of rows and columns. So that's two dimension, right? And out here you can see the columns are mentioned with letters and the rows are mentioned with numbers, right? So that's the basic fundamental, and in this two dimension we are expected to perform calculations or whatever the objectives we have, right? Next up is a worksheet. So if you see on the left hand side below, you can see the sheet name, right? So in an entire workbook, we are working on a sheet, right? So on a worksheet, right? So this is the definition of a worksheet. You can have multiple worksheets in a workbook. The workbook is basically the entire grand master Excel sheet, right? Which carries all these multiple smaller worksheets. Next up, what is a cell? So if you look to the left of your Excel, any blank Excel, if you open up, you will realize that every cell has a value or an address. And in this case, if you see, that's basically A1, right? So A stands for the column and 1 stands for the row. Next up is the formula bar. Now this is the place where we will be performing most of our functions in financial modeling, right? And any calculations that you do out in the cell out here will be reflected in the formula bar. All right, next up is which we will be doing in parts, but this area of Excel is basically called a ribbon, and it's got file, it's got home, it's got insert, page layout, formulas, data functions, review, view, and the help ribbon. So we will be looking at it one by one, and in the next part of the Excel is where I'm going to be covering that. Thank you for watching.